What it do too? It's your boy Reese, man, and today we're starting a new series. I wanted to play a Sherlock Holmes game on the channel last year. I don't know why I didn't, but we're playing it now, so it don't even matter. Before we start, there is a poll up on the channel, so make sure y'all go and vote. Sub to the channel if this your first time watching, or even your second time watching. But we about to get into this. On the streets of London, I think. Oh yeah, London for sure. Baker Street. This game look alright though. I'm lagging though. What the hell?
Dr. Watson, would you kindly
Is this me or
close
the
the door
game?
behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback.
I thought Watson's supposed to be an old man.
Houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my
What?
supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a
just
master
using
of
all Watson's
observation,
shit.
might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Is Watson the detective or fucking
See what
Sherlock?
the postman brought today.
You didn't even see the picture? Okay, so I'm supposed to inspect the newspapers, right? If y'all want to read this, y'all can pause it and read it. I'm gonna go down to every paragraph and, you know, see if I can get a good view. What is this? We got some mail from... Vigil?
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming.
I'm not good with cursive, obviously. And look, we got a Bible here. The rotating is kind of weird.
Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
It's just a regular book.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to
We're supposed to be looking at the newspaper. The newspaper was on this side the whole time.
I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
The
I am on the
Strand?
precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
That's pretty
Well,
true.
life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu
Huh?
of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something
He ain't like that shit.
tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
will
me
not
fucked
do.
up. Look on his
Grab your
face.
coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
Is this the trash you're supposed to search? What the fuck is
Cactus
this?
spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool.
Okay. Have y'all ever got pricked by a cactus, bro? Bro, cactuses have thorns all over them. Even the little spots that don't look like they got thorns, there'll be thorns on them bitches too.
You
Don't
were
touch a
mistaken,
cactus.
Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
If that's what you think.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here. Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Bro, why would you announce
Then why
you
are still
have...
here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
Any breaking news today?
The dog accident. It's the talk of the town.
Yes.
What happened
yes.
to the dog?
Besides the tripe on the front page, anything about burglaries?
I'm not sure, sir.
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me,
Alright.
did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson,
Of course. Fucking
Cool. Now I can
shakedown.
take the day off.
can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never
Sounds
heard of
like
a well-read
Watson.
assassin.
Looks can deceive. Hence the appeal of disguises. Did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't.
Okay.
I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
But you just
Alright.
said nothing
You earned
gets
your
past
shilling.
you.
That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears if you have more shillings.
Don't even pay this nigga, bro.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
And he's still announcing he got papers. There isn't much direction. So I guess now we just gotta solve the mystery. We can check out the bookshop because the dude said he had a whole bunch of books. He's on break, of course. They said the paper had potting soil on it. So maybe somebody at the flower shop can talk. I didn't even see this when I first came through. And yes, I did change clothes.
Weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
Then why don't you put them in the fucking rain? Okay, so you have to go into the whatever this is and actually like match the clues up. Okay. I think we did something right. The newsboy said the suspicious man was carrying a stack of books, and this morning Mr. Barnes, the local bookseller, delivered a novel for Dr. Watson. So that means the owner of the bookstore might have been the one trying to kill us. A cactus spine from assassination, a loud bang, a visit to Mr. Barnes in order. So now we could probably go in the bookstore. Just observe, okay. I'm just gonna inspect this nigga right in his face. Okay. What am I inspecting? His knees are dirty. He been on his knees. He is heavily on his right. How can you tell? Sore left leg. How the fuck? He got high heels on, wants to look taller. Come on, man. Take your fucking heels off, man. Just embrace the shortness. Oh, look. He got them dirty fingers. Ink. Oh, newspaper ink? Thought it was flower pot dirt. I was finna book his ass. Bags under his eyes, the effects of overwork. He's sleepy. Wait. Okay. So now I have to determine what he is? I'm gonna go with the blackmail victim. Yeah, and now we have like a case file on Mr. Barnes, I guess.
Mr. Barnes, a word.
Sherlock!
Oh, for goodness sake.
Did he just run out? Why they let him run off?
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now will you please?
Mr. Holmes.
He's definitely got something to hide. Cause how the fuck we say, yo, I need to talk, and he just run away?
I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work.
You were just standing there reading a book.
Reschedule in a month or two.
Bro, bust his door down and whoop his ass. It was
Only
him.
take a moment.
Really deep in the weeds with important things.
Important things like
Help
what?
yourself to any book. Just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
He is
Barnes
scary.
doesn't seem-
So now we can investigate. All we gotta do is go behind the counter. He left the money out. Yo, if you don't come out, we're gonna take your shit. What is over here?
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is.
What? What does dead flowers have to do with anything? It's on a stack of books.
An improvised stand, but
Okay.
it does make the flowers more visible.
I guess. Is there like a cracked window or something? Really? Okay.
The finest view London has to offer.
I would disagree. Signs of a struggle. The picture frame is slightly off the wall, insinuating somebody has been thrown against said wall. A catalog of exotic plants on Barnes' counter. The name of the catalog reads, Everlasting Plants for an Everlasting Love. And this nigga got a dead plant in the window.
Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
I mean, is it really a hobby or is he just running a bookstore? Let's go talk to the flower pot lady. If you looked at her like that, she has to be something
Have a look
important.
at my flowers. They will not bite unless you touch their thorns.
And she's still on the same useless shit from before, but now I can look at the flowers. So those two were insignificant. They had me look at this one and this one. I'm not gonna show it because we only came over here for this apparently. These look like the thorns, and it should have been cracked up.
The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
I don't know how you could tell that.
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Yeah, who was over here looking at this cactus? Oh. Is she black? Well, she got a tan. Did I just see Watson on the side? Can I look up her skirt? No. Sucks. What's going on with your face, shorty? Distinct look, avoids eye contact or distracted. I'm not gonna lie, I do that too. Wearing makeup for beauty or concealment? Both. Morning brooch. Honoring deceased husband. Some on her neck. Luxury fabric. Unusual for work attire. She got the super high heels on. Clean boots. Chain shoes upon arrival. How do you know? This bitch is ready to move on. Let's be real. Look at how she dressed. She ready to go. She ain't grieving no more.
Mrs. Fleming, you look particularly lovely today. Is there a reason?
Does a woman need a reason to look or feel beautiful?
No,
Yes.
but your distant look suggests
Yeah.
you seek one man's gaze in particular.
Who told you that?
Nobody. Merely a keen eye and some simple deduction.
Well, I'll kindly ask you to keep your keen eye to yourself, Mr. Holmes.
She said, mind your business, nigga. I can provide her evidence. What am I supposed to provide? This?
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
Yes, nothing like the
Cactus.
others.
Those fearsome spines can prove a dell to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
Yeah, like, why do you have a bunch of
Those
flowers
things
and then just a
give tetanus,
cactus?
But we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
So there's a cactus on your flower stand. You don't know where it came from, but you're just gonna sell it? This bitch is weird.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh,
Yeah?
I hope you're right.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes. No, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
He look at you a lot?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy, so we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached, but since then, we've never spoken. I often
yeah, he
see him
crushing.
staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face.
You thinking about taking your ass to Pound Town, shorty? Yeah, we got a clue. Mrs. Barnes is in love with Miss Fleming. That was kind of obvious, though.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable.
So she can see your ass through that
are
window.
her secret admirer.
Sound like he just busted his ass.
I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
Barnes,
He's a good-ass
it's Dr.
detective.
Watson. Rest assured, we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
I'm a good ass
Alright,
detective.
then.
I did that shit. What am I talking about? Sherlock who?
So, you know
Call me
what
Reese
happened
Holmes,
then?
nigga.
I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus in your paper. Forgive me.
You
I
could have
needed
dusted my
that
shit
to
off,
prove a
man.
theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
it's true.
stacking the plant in the
I am
window.
useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
I can give him advice. I know what to do,
As in
man.
most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the abstruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That
It's a lot easier said than done,
You
though.
are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
Read it,
You
nigga.
had
I'm
an issue of
taking
the
it. What you
Strand
talking
here all
about?
along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies.
I'm
Mr.
not.
Holmes.
What does that mean?
I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give
That's
me
why
the...
he had that the hieroglyphics book. Locals at the Port of London had a rude awakening last night, with loud bangs and thick red smoke disturbing the peace. Merchant ship Moscova had docked at Pier N3 in the early morning en route to Europe when it was rocked by several concussive explosions. The Port Authority is yet to comment on the incident, and it is unknown if any crew members were on board at the time. Eyewitnesses report seeing saltpeter. I ain't never seen that word in my life. Leaking into the river, but with the area still off limits to workers and the public, it may be some time before we have full account of what happened or transpired, whatever. Same thing.
Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
Yeah,
There was
really.
supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No?
You're not the detective you thought you were,
You
Holmes.
have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill applied...
Was Sherlock Holmes a real person, or was he just like a character?
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean
I might have to
anything.
look that up.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Yeah,
Which
like
brings us back to my news from
digging
earlier.
through trash.
I think I have
for
a case for
dirty
you, a
newspapers.
real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes.
He needs a
There's not
catchphrase.
a tantalizing mystery
Like, tally-ho,
story
mystery is
for my
afoot.
Writing career.
Or something like that.
But
It's brilliant. Let's go.
Tally ho!
good. Well, his house is nearby. Come.
Mystery is afoot. This the dude house? I wouldn't call this a mansion, but it's a big ass house.
Is this lousy attitude of yours because of my altercation with Inspector Lockhart? Did he put you up to this?
Sir, the inspector has nothing to do with it. I'm
They don't
telling
talk
you the
how
same thing
I would
until
expect
anyone
them to
sees a
talk.
missing person.
Like nobody
Good day,
said
gentlemen.
salutations
Forgive
yet.
the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name
Kimmy
again?
here?
I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Yay, that's
Sergeant
not a
Ruffles.
servant, that's a slave. Boy, that's an
Superiors who make
African
this
name.
decision.
Kimmy here. Okay, why won't you
Why
investigate?
has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes.
So a missing person isn't a real crime?
Not our highest priority. That said, if we find Kimahia breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick.
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. But when life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer. Now,
That's
I must
facts.
be off. Best of luck in your search.
Thank you,
heard
I
that,
guess.
didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain,
It's not that
perhaps
serious,
Mr.
man.
Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant.
Yeah.
So that he may begin his investigation.
Talk to Watson, he'll give you a
Quite
fucking,
right. Fire away.
he'll give you a statement.
Tell me about Kimahia.
He's foreign. A Maori. All the way from New Zealand.
Oh wow,
Biggest man you've ever seen. And as strong as two.
and he's a
Dark
guy.
hair and
Kimmy
fearsome
here, I was
tattoo.
definitely
He has
imagining
snicker
like
wit
a
in
little
English.
black slave
Never
girl.
bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
When did you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself.
Oh,
He must have
he ain't like
escaped
that
the
shit.
night before yesterday.
Escape, so he was a slave.
May I see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
And he's in a
Search the
shack?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
Is there any reason Kimahir may have...
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could eat.
Maybe he wanted some meat, nigga.
Did Kimahir make off with anything of value?
Heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
And then they would have been
Still,
looking for
must
his
have
ass.
with some money on his person?
No. I kept his wages in my safe. For security.
What? Nah, okay, so he ran away with no money. And he's talking about I kept his wages in my safe. So it sounds like you're not paying, bro.
I take it this is the first time Kimahir has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
All right, Captain. I think I have enough to get started.
Huh.
We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
Yeah, this nigga was definitely a slave. Look at how he's living. And he ain't get no meat. All he had was cabbage. What is this? Looks like something was in there.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here.
Yeah, it's definitely a face in that bitch. I guess I could be a detective because I saw that. A telescope.
A small navy spyglass.
I wonder if we can use it later on. His clothes right here.
A scrap of Hessian.
This shit broke right here. He was
These
building
were
something.
sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them.
Like, maybe he wasn't building something. So this is a cool little feature they got here. I didn't even push nothing. Wait, what the fuck did I just do? I'm starting to figure out the controls a little bit. Let's just keep looking around. What the fuck is this? What is this? It's a it's an instrument, right? Or is it a pipe?
A Maori nose flute.
Yeah, it's instrument.
Gurus, they're called.
Something else. He got some meat. This looks like a chicken leg.
The remains of a meal.
Mutton chops. I guess I want chicken. You burnt something.
The ashes are long since cold.
Okay. What is this? What is this? A rock?
A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Ah, I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan. That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
Is it something to like blow up?
Is this a Tanifa, a Maori water spirit? Or something else?
A famous person would not be
By the way,
happy to
it's
see
giving
you
me chills.
drawing shit like that on their damn wall. Okay. You sitting there chewing on a rock? What the hell wrong with bruh? What is this? What is this?
The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney.
Okay. Looks like drag marks or tire marks. Okay, tire marks.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Why is the key shaped like a 9? So over here, it's what is this? Some footprints. A knee print. A knee pad.
Looks like a knee print.
Hiding. Okay.
Chewing tobacco.
Chewing tobacco.
A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots. Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes.
Somebody was sitting back
Like an
here
open book.
waiting for the dude. We found the key though. Can I take it? Is this the key to the door? Where's the... I need to get this key. Yeah. So you gotta do this. You gotta have the right thing on the thing above me, and you gotta be looking in the right spot. Yeah. See? Yeah. Moldy, not recently used, broken. But that's one thing we can cross out, I guess.
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Very,
Yes, I
very.
have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick.
That's true.
Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need
Let
to
me get
borrow.
yours, yeah.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden.
Who the fuck?
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest. But I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
Okay, so that explains something about the little footprint.
Has Kimahir ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain?
He was kidnapped,
I
for
saw
sure.
Tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimahir's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he used tobacco.
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahir's?
Yes, I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting.
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahir's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
So we got new clues. Let's go back in the back and piece things together. Oh, okay. So now we got a whole bunch of clues to this stuff. Okay. Okay. So at first we thought it was Kimahir, but now we know this wasn't Kimahir. And now we have them with the spyglass watching Kimahir. Oh, that's what they was talking about. Okay, so now we have somebody else falling and dragging Kimahir down. Okay, it's starting to make more sense. He drugged Kimahir, tripped over the box, hit his head. Okay. Yeah. I like how things are unfolding. Somebody picking the lock. Kimahir ran out this door probably. Oh, I didn't see these marks here the first time. I only saw those. So there's gotta be some too. Parallel tracks. Grass doesn't grow here. Often used. Pile of logs falling.
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
Can I play through this? So we have either Kimahir does it or somebody else does it. That's why they got this mannequin. Maybe he was. Ooh, maybe. Why does it say validate? That's new. Let's push that. Wait. Wait. Huh? Which one was that? That was this one. Oh, so you gotta put him in the right spot. So we got him taking Kimahir.
Surveilling from afar, the intruder waited for a
We
window
cracked
of
the
opportunity.
code.
When Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder,
Kimahir had the key.
in his shack.
Yup.
Remarkable. It makes total sense.
It does when you put it like that. I said he was kidnapped.
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing.
Yeah.
Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimahir never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes, not questions.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimahir. Likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
I found a residue of
Obviously,
narcotics in Kimahir's
Kimahir was
brazier.
taken.
There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
He doesn't get it, bro.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimahir was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep,
That was kinda
he slipped
obvious.
a narcotic into Kimahir's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimahir, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know. Why haven't you found him yet?
Nigga.
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted.
Bro, do you want
I'm not
help?
interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
Who the fuck is he talking to? Yeah, do it your fucking self then, nigga.
Captain, you are so addled by delusions of competency that you miss the blindingly obvious. Without the assistance of others, you are utterly incapable. Kimmer here endured your nonsense far longer than I will.
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that. Here you go.
When we asked for the key earlier, you gave us
Good
attitude.
news. And in the meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
Yo, I'm about to smack this dude, bro. You like ain't no throw hands button, boy. I oughta put your ass out. Okay. I did come back here earlier when I was just running around. I came back here. And now we see the cart trap. The cart went this way. And here we have the cart. What is this? A wallet? Somebody dropped their wallet? Open it, bitch up.
A strange substance. I have my suspicions.
Maybe this is what they used to,
Consistency.
this is what they used to
But
drug
would
him.
you care to hazard a guess, Doctor?
Yeah, that's what they used to drug him, boy. Can I open it? No.
Roy Soulsby. Could that be the name of our man?
It is a wallet.
Sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair.
Whatever the fuck that is. Why is there hay on here?
Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimmer here's cart, I gather.
Investigation scene completed. There's more trails. What is this shit? What is this? Horse
A large
doodle?
pile of horse droppings.
Yep, I'll call it. We just seen a horse cart out here earlier. Can I flip this or something? Cigarette butts? They was waiting a long time.
Someone stood here for hours. There was a cab waiting here. Our abductor slipped in and then off into the night.
How would a cab just take that though? Like y'all just gone. The cab just took a fucking hostage. Yeah. Kidnapped by a sailor. A particular knot, a spyglass, and the footprints of a working man's boots, they all add up to the conclusion Kimmer Hillis, abductor, is a sailor. Wallet of salt pepper, salt pitcher. Yeah. We know that Kimmy here's kidnapper is most likely a sailor, that his wallet bears salt pitcher residue, and that there are resident salt pitcher. Oh, that there was a resident salt pitcher accident in the port of London. Everything suggests that Kimmy here. We must head to the port. Hey boy, I'm a real ass detective, bro. Don't let these people fool you, bro. I do this YouTube shit on the side, bro. I'm a real ass detective. Ooh, chapter 2, the blood red night. We made it to the port, baby. We about to crack this case wide open.